Have you ever walked into a property showroom in Lagos and instead of hearing 200 million naira, you hear $120,000 and you are just there like, wait, did I travel? I thought I was still in Nigeria. Well, you're not alone. A lot of people are asking why Nigerian developers suddenly prefer to price in dollars and if it even makes sense for buyers, whether you're based here or you're in the diaspora. Today, we're going to break it all down. Hi, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Aliso Bitonia, and I help you understand the Nigerian real estate market so you can make smarter investment decisions without all the noise. If you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button because this is where we keep it real about Nigerian property. Alright, let's start with what's going on. More and more developers in Lagos, especially the big names, building in Eko Atlantic, Ikoyi, Banana Island, and even some parts of Lekki, are now quoting property prices directly in dollars. So instead of saying 300 million naira, they'll just tell you $200,000. And trust me, this isn't just marketing gimmicks, it's a survival strategy. Why? Because the naira is unstable. Think about it. Just a few years ago, dollar was about 360 naira. By 2023, it crossed to 800. And now in 2025, we're talking about 1,540 naira, sometimes even more. If you're a developer and you price your house in naira today, by the time you finish building in 2 years, the value of that naira has dropped. Cement, tiles, fittings, almost everything has gone up in price. So developers protect themselves by using the one thing that seems stable, the US dollar. Let me explain it in simple terms. Almost everything we use to finish a house in Nigeria is imported. Tiles, sanitary fittings, doors, even elevators. And guess what? Importers don't care about the naira. They price in dollars. So developers are simply passing on that reality. A lot of high-end developers are not actually targeting everyday Nigerians. They are looking at diasporan buyers, expatriates, investors who already think in dollars. So pricing in dollars makes it easier for those people to relate. A big estate project can take 3, 4, sometimes even 5, 6 years. If they lock in Naira price today and Naira crashes tomorrow, they'll build at a loss. That's why many developers would rather just say this house is $100,000. It protects them, actually. Honestly, perception. Some developers believe pricing in dollars makes their project look more international, more premium, more exquisite. It's almost like saying we're playing in the global league. Now, are there benefits to this? Absolutely. For developers, it gives them stability. They don't have to panic every time the naira falls. For diasporan buyers, and this is important, if you earn in dollars, pricing in dollars protects you. Let's say you buy a property for $100,000. Even if the naira collapses tomorrow, your investment is still $100,000. You're not losing sleep over exchange rates. It also makes it easy to track your ROI. If that $100,000 property grows to $150,000, you know you've made a clear $50,000 profit. No complicated currency conversion. And for the market as a whole, dollar pricing actually attracts foreign exchange, which is something the Nigerian economy needs. But of course, it's not all rosy. For Nigerians earning in naira, dollar pricing is a huge barrier. Imagine someone telling you a house is $200,000 and the naira is 1,540 naira to $1. That's 308 million naira. Last year, that same property would have been much less just because the exchange rate was different. So affordability becomes a moving target. Then there's the issue of fairness. A lot of people say, this is Nigeria. Why should we be buying property in a foreign currency? And guess what? That's a valid argument. For diasporan buyers too, there's a risk. And I want you to really pay attention here. If you pay in dollars and developer delays or fails to deliver, some developers refund you in naira at the equivalent rate you paid. That's a disaster. Because by the time you are refunded, the naira may have depreciated further and your dollar value is gone. And then, let's be honest, some developers use dollar pricing as an excuse to overinflate costs. Not every $100,000 apartment is worth $100,000. Sometimes they just slap a dollar sign on it to make it look premium. Let me give you a quick example so you see how this plays out. Say you bought a property for 154 million naira when the exchange rate was 1540 naira. That's exactly $100,000. Now, let's say the naira weakens to 2,000 and the property appreciates to 300 million naira. In naira terms, it looks like you've almost doubled your money. But in dollar terms, that's now $150,000. So yes, you've gained $50,000. But if the property didn't actually appreciate, let's say it stayed at the same value in dollar terms, then technically, you didn't make any gain. Despite the naira inflation, that's why diaspora buyers must always calculate ROI in dollars, not just in naira. So what should you do if you're looking to invest? If you're in the diaspora, you have to stick with a reputable developer who has a track record of actually delivering, not just fancy brochures. Ask, have they finished projects before? If possible, buy completed properties. That way you avoid the whole nightmare of waiting years and maybe getting refunded in naira. Don't just look at the naira value going up. Always measure your gains in dollars. That's the only way to know if your investment is truly growing. Now, if you earn in naira, dollar pricing can be tough. But if you really want a property that is priced in dollars, try to lock in your exchange rate early or negotiate payment terms. And remember, not every developer prices in dollars. Some still work in naira, especially in the mid-market range. So, does dollar pricing make sense? Honestly, it depends on who you are. For developers, yes. For diaspora buyers, it gives stability. For local buyers, it makes things harder. But here's the bigger truth. Whether it's priced in naira or in dollars, what matters most is the fundamentals, the location, the demand, the rental yield, and the credibility of the developer. Currency is just one layer. At the end of the day, the smartest investors are the ones who look beyond the price tag and focus on value. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Do you think dollar pricing in Nigeria is fair? If you're in the diaspora, would you feel more comfortable paying in dollars or in naira? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you're seriously considering investing in Lagos real estate and you want someone to guide you through the process, reach out to me directly. Don't forget to like this video, share it to someone in diaspora who's been considering buying, and subscribe for more insider breakdowns of the Nigerian real estate market. See you in the next one.